What's up everybody, it's Matt from TDM Style here. Welcome back to the channel once again for another product review and plenty of commentary today because we're discussing a fun little brand called Combover, and well, there's a lot to unpack here, so buckle up. So I had stumbled upon this brand a while ago, just through a random post or two, and so all I really knew from the start was that it's a veteran-owned brand, and that they had this pomade, and the scent that I saw in said post was called Cocaine and Hookers. So naturally I thought, well, that's something I want to put in my hair, so I need to find out more about this. Now, I have tremendous respect for veterans and military folks. I mean, that's something that, you know, I could never do, and so that's huge, and I do like to support veterans when I can. So as any respectable YouTube reviewer would do, I said, let's go to their website and see what they're all about. So one of the first things that I always do when I'm researching a brand is I head over to their About Us page, because I want to know like who they are, what their story is, you know, what they're trying to do with their products. So the first thing when you go over to Combover's About page is you see this image of these two, and my first thought was like, oh, it's a cute couple or squad buddies or whatever they are. Okay, so I'll read a little bit of their About page for you guys. In an industry littered with companies trying to be cool and old school, we thought it'd be a good idea to be the brand that just doesn't give a fuck. Okay? From the beginning, our goal was simple: make a great stronghold pomade that caters to us military and veteran folks. The pomade would not only have to be strong enough to hold a deadly comb-over in place while smoking privates, it would also have to smell like pure badassery. Which brought us to the million-dollar question: what does pure badassery actually smell like? Like my balls.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
Pure badassery smells like my sweaty ballsack after a 10-mile ruck. Unfortunately, our liability insurance won't cover the injuries you would sustain from all the poon you'd get thrown at you with my balls scented hair. Instead, we chose to develop scents based on ridiculous stories we've experienced throughout our military careers. Every legendary scent is inspired by an unbelievably true story. As for developing the pomade itself, that took several months of research and development. We lost countless hours of sleep, and our kitchen began to resemble a meth lab. We never have, nor ever will, test our products on animals, only dumb, consenting privates. Here at Combover, we don't give two shits if you're offended by our sense, language, or attitude. If you don't like our content, get the fuck off our page. Drink water! Alright, wait. So this guy wrote that? If I hadn't seen the picture of them on the top first, I would have expected that this brand was owned by like fucking Alan Roberts or something. Apparently they are members of the late 90s professional wrestling stable D-Generation X though, so that's neat. D-Generation X! So when I first read that, I was like, alright, this has to be a jape, right? Like they're just trying to be edgy and funny and whatever, like it's not real. Right? So I decided to dive deeper and go into their FAQ page to see what they had there. Number 1, what's your return policy? We don't have one. If the cost of a jar of pomade breaks your bank, then you have bigger issues to focus on. You shouldn't have financed that V6 muscle car at 24% interest, dipshit. Not the greatest brand marketing strategy, in my opinion, but more on that later. Does cocaine and hookers contain real cocaine? Your mom should have swallowed you. Oh. Yeah. Are the stories actually real? Yes, however, names and some very small details have been changed to protect the service member's identity. Last thing we need is for one of our buddies to be facing some UCMJ bullshit. Your language offends me. Can you tone it done a bit? Can I use your products on my pubes? First of all, ew. Who the fuck says pubes? Is that a thing? Is that a word that people actually say? That's just weird. And my personal favorite question in the FAQ, how do I explain buying cocaine and hookers to my wife? The answer to which being, if you have to explain anything, you don't have a wife, you are the wife. Ask your husband for your balls back. Oh, Toxic masculinity. Neat. So at this point, I was obviously in love with the brand, and I just had to go check out their products page to see what I could buy. So you can get their original Stronghold Medium Shine pomade in a variety of scents, such as the aforementioned Cocaine and Hookers, I Married a Stripper, and Basic Bitch Latte, for the holidays. Then they have their organic matte finish medium hold pomade called Big Dick Energy. So... no explanation needed there. Unfortunately, that one was sold out, because otherwise, definitely would have bought that. So they also have a matte clay pomade, and, being clay boy myself, that is the one that I decided to buy. Unfortunately, this one only comes in the Cocaine and Hookers scent, so, I couldn't sample the other ones. So that's what we have here, and we're going to be checking out shortly. They also offer beard oils in such elegant scents as Your Sister's Vagina, which is obviously the one that I bought that we have to try out. Also, I just noticed the URL for that page. They also have a female pomade, so let's see whatever that means. It's the same exact thing as their regular one, but it comes with pink labels and a floral scent that contains notes of oh my god selfies and Afghani scarfs. Girl stuff. Also cool guy shit, which apparently means water bottles and stickers. And there's also apparel like bikinis and a badass hoodie for men or moderately large women. So, that's a nice option. I guess it's not japes. This is actually the brand. So my next thought was like, all right, well maybe, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this whole thing is just like they're trying to be super edgy, trying way too fucking hard. But I'm like, maybe they'll redeem themselves. Like maybe they give a portion of their proceeds to like a veterans charity or something. Like that would be cool. So I looked around, and as far as I could find, it doesn't seem like they do that. So I decided to set up my own veterans charity donation incentive. So I'll have the information for that linked down below for you guys. It is a really good cause, so if you can donate to it, please feel free. I put in the first $50 myself. We're currently sitting at, I think, 150, so I'd love to be able to get that to at least 250 or beyond. And that donation will go straight to the veterans charity. Yeah, so we'll have some more thoughts on the brand later, but so now we can actually get into the products and see what happens there. So we'll start with packaging and pricing as always, and we'll talk about the matte clay pomade first. Now this comes in your basically homebrew standard size of 4 ounces or 113 grams. Is a black plastic jar, and this one has these kind of grayish labels on there. The branding is what it is. It's a crosshair, so combat. I'll be honest, the plastic feels a little on the cheaper side, but whatever, big deal, it's just the jar. Now this will run you $19.99, and I believe that's the same price as the regular pomade and the female one. And the beard oils come in these pretty standard looking 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliter glass eyedropper bottles, and these will run you $14.99. Now they do actually offer free shipping on every order regardless of how much you're spending. So there's that. Quickly through the ingredients, so starting with the clay, it is water-based with water in the first spot. Then we've got some Cetera 25, our best boy, kaolin clay, fragrance, PEG 40 hydrogenated castor oil, a little bit of argan oil in there, and then your preservatives. And ingredients on the beard oil are argan oil, jojoba oil, sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, avocado oil, tea tree oil, and fragrance. So yeah, pretty straightforward sounding homebrew formulas. And now, for everybody's favorite category that I know y'all have been waiting for, we gotta talk about the scents. Starting with what I would consider, I guess, their flagship scent to be Cocaine and Hookers. So for most of the products on their website, they do actually offer a scent profile note if you click on each one. So the one for Cocaine and Hookers reads, this is a scrumptious fragrance that opens with top notes of low inhibitions and poor life decisions. It has a scientifically balanced middle profile of paint and JP8 in the back of your throat. I don't know what JP8 is. Doesn't sound great. The base notes reek of narcissism and BDSM. And then, of course, thankfully they offer civilian translations for all of these too. Smells a bit like actual cocaine. So that's interesting. I've never smelled real cocaine before. To quote a customer, it smells like the taste of the drip you get after snorting a fat line. In other words, it smells like a good fucking time. Yeah. You all ready for this? Because I'm not. Okay. Let's find out what cocaine smells like, apparently. I don't... It just smells like... stripper perfume? I don't know how to describe that. I just got some on my nose. That's appropriate. Like, it's kind of cologne-y, but it's kind of sweet, kind of... fruity-ish? I don't know, it's weird. Like I said, I've never smelled actual cocaine, so maybe it does smell like that. I have no idea. But it doesn't, Jesus. Maybe I have. Is there real cocaine in this? It doesn't smell bad. It's a fine fragrance, and it's not very strong, so I can't imagine it'll stick around very long after we style it in, so that's fine. So now, for the coup de grace, we have to smell your sister's vagina. So this one doesn't have like a proper scent profile. This one just says, veterans, are you tired of beard oils that smell like a hippie's asshole? We are too. So yeah, throw those beard oils away. Behold, Combat Combover's latest contribution to mankind. When people ask you what your favorite beard oil scent is, the answer is simple. Your sister's vagina. And that's all it says. So your guess is as good as mine. There are a couple reviews on the website, though. Brutus Beefcake himself, the legend, says, your sister's vagina smells amazing, and it helps me get out of bed in the morning knowing I'm gonna rub it all over my face. So, it's one of these, it's like I gotta push down. It's childproof. You don't want your children smelling your sister's vagina beard oil. Here we go, boys. Okay, if your vagina smells like this, that is cause for medical concern. I mean, again, it smells fine. It just kind of smells like the blend of oils in there, I guess. It's kind of spicy, slightly spicy. I'm gonna go out on a limb, though, and say it doesn't smell like vagina, which is probably fine, because you probably don't want your beard to smell like actual vagina. Okay, so we'll just go with our normal couple drops here. We'll see if the scent changes at all as I'm like warming it up. I don't know, to me it just kind of smells like massage oil, like it's kind of that... Actually, I think it smells a little bit like hay, kind of, like that kind of straw, grassy fragrance, like some kind of essential oil thing. I don't know. It smells fine. It feels fine. It's not too, like, some are viscous or some are like really silicone-y. This is not, so it doesn't feel real oily on the hands or anything. Seems to absorb into the beard pretty quickly, so yeah, it's a beard oil. Okay, so now I'm gonna go wash my hair, blow dry it, and then we'll go in with the matte clay pomade. Okay, we are back with freshly washed and blow-dried hair. I pre-styled with just a bit of 25, like I always do. So now we're ready to try out putting some cocaine and hookers in my hair. So, I mean, in terms of the formula itself, it does look pretty creamy in the jar. And it certainly is. I mean, so it's a nice formula. It feels creamy, and it feels pretty waxy for not having really, I don't think, any wax at all in it. Just castor oil, kaolin. Yeah, okay. So we'll start with a, small dime-size amount here. Yeah, consistency of the formula is nice. It's very smooth, quick to break down. Doesn't feel real tacky. And application is pretty smooth right now. It actually it feels pretty slick, which is interesting. I guess that's the Peg 40 castor oil. So now I'm starting to feel the dryness of the kaolin come in. Yeah, I mean, so, like, the scent is fine. It smells a lot sweeter than I expected. But honestly, it's like, it smells more feminine than I expected. Now this is supposed to be what? Stronghold? Yeah, Stronghold matte finish. The hold right now is feeling medium. The product formula does feel pretty lightweight in the hair, so that's nice. It's definitely matte. It's drying quickly. The texture is okay. It's starting to look and feel a little bit drier than I personally like, but not that bad. I don't know. We'll try just a small fingertip more to see if we can just dial up the hold slightly. Because right now, like I said, it feels basically like a medium, maybe even slightly lighter. Yeah, so now that it's really setting, it is feeling pretty dry. A little bit tangly for me with my coarse hair. Not the tangliest and driest I've ever used by any means, but it's just feeling drier as time goes on, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. My hair wants to go that way today, so that's what's happening. We'll go with this kind of messy, spiky-ish look I've been doing lately. So we're just gonna leave it at that. It feels still medium-ish right now. I don't want to use any more product because I feel like it's just gonna get too dry for me. But yeah, so I'll let you guys know how the endurance was later on. Alright guys, so overall thoughts on the Combat Combover products. I mean, in terms of the products themselves and the formulas and everything, they're fine. The clay is too dry for me, and for me it's not a strong hold. It's just not. I think the formula would benefit from having some wax in it. I think just being like the Peg 40 castor oil to get the smooth application is nice, and the kaolin is nice for, volume and the dry grittiness, but there's not much in here to like lock down in the way of hold for me, and it's to the point where it's just too dry. But that's my hair type, so maybe if you have finer, straighter hair, it would work better for you. In terms of the beard oil, it's fine. It's a nice beard oil. And in terms of the scents, I mean, like, the way they actually smell is nice. Like, I just fucking hate what they're called. I would never, like, if somebody's like, oh, what like beard oil you use? Like, oh, I use your sister's vagina, bro. Like, I fucking hate that shit. Which brings me to my final thoughts on the just branding and the marketing. It's just so goddamn bro-y, dude. Like, I get it. You're trying to stand out from the crowd, and I guess they've succeeded in doing that in a way, because I've certainly never seen another product brand that has this kind of just overly bro-y, gross, masculine fucking bullshit vibe. But like, I don't know, is that good marketing? Like, does that bring in business for you? And like from the FAQ, like the first one is like, do you have a return policy? No, because if you fucking spend $20 on pomade and you don't like it, like, fuck you, it's just $20, bitch. Okay, yeah, it's just $20, but like, not having a return policy is just bad business. Okay, so like, what if I got something and I had a legitimate reason for wanting to return it? Like, it was fucking had mold in it when I got it. Like, the package, there was something wrong with the packaging, and moisture got in it. I don't know, whatever. Or it just doesn't work at all. Or it had some kind of adverse effect on my scalp or something. I don't know. Like, why would you not have a return policy, or at least an exchange to say like, oh, sorry, send it back, we'll give you a different product or something? I think that's just like basic keep your customers happy business. Because if I bought something and it was terrible, or I hated it for some reason and I wanted to return it to at least get my money back, and the company was like, no, go fuck yourself, then obviously I'm never buying anything from them again. I don't know, and I can't decide still. Like, is it all just japes? Like, is this just edgelord try-hard humor that's not like hitting me the right way? Because I mean, if it is, like, still miss me with that shit. But like, I don't know. Yeah, like I have some of my best friends my whole life are veterans, and so I asked them about this. Like, what do you think? Have you like met veterans in real life that are like this, you know? And the responses I got were basically a unanimous no, that's fucking embarrassing, and it makes people think that all veterans and military people are like this, and we hate it. So yeah, long story short, the products are fine. They're mediocre homebrews. There's you know, nothing overtly wrong with them in my opinion. But as far as the brand and attitude and marketing, I hate it. Which I think is a reaction that they fully expect, because that's like all over their website. They're like, oh, if you don't like our stuff, fuck you, go get whatever, drink water apparently. But you know, in my opinion, like, if you have to have something on your website that says like contact us or send us hate mail, you're trying too hard, man. So that wraps things up for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it informative. Please do stay tuned. We've got plenty more coming on the channel. Once again, if you can and would like to donate to the Veterans Charity Incentive that I set up, that information is all down below for you. And as always, thank you guys so much for coming by and watching. And we'll see you at the next one.